Welcome back to Daytime, everyone. Our next guest knows all about eating right. He's an interventional cardiologist.
That's right. Nothing like having your doctor cook for you. He's also a chef. Dr. Michael Fenster is here, and he's here to show us how to make an easy and tasty heart-healthy soup using butternut squash. Welcome, sir.
Thank y'all for having me.
Welcome, doctor.
And today we're making a special birthday butternut squash soup for you.
Lucky
so
me.
We're gonna start with butternut squash, which, like all winter squash, has that sweet, earthy flavor that just reminds me of fall. And we're gonna take one that's about 2 to 3 pounds. We're gonna peel it, remove the seeds, chop it into 1.5 inch bits. We don't have to be precise because we're gonna blend this all up, but we do want to be uniform so it roasts uniformly. Then we want to go ahead and salt it. We want to go ahead and add a little bit of pepper here.
Now, the cardiologist just put salt on the butternut squash.
Yes, and this is important because we're cooking fresh, and if we can put this in the oven at 425 degrees.
I'll help you.
Because
you open, I'll insert.
About 73% of the salt we get actually comes from preserved and things that are added to food.
And we had some in there ready.
And when it comes back out after about 30 to 35 minutes, if you can just set that down, it's going to get this great orange flavor, and it's going to just be fork tender like that. The fork just slides right through it.
Very nice.
Then we can just set this aside, and now we're going to go ahead, and if one of you can stir for me, we're going to start our soup base.
What's the calorie type count on something additional?
About an 8-ounce serving is only about 100 calories.
Oh, that's great.
So we're going to add
quite healthy for you.
Very, very healthy. Low fat as well.
What did you just put in there?
2 cloves of garlic, chopped shallot. These are all our chopped vegetables.
Love shallots.
Some carrot, 2 carrots, 2 ribs of celery.
This would be a great
cup of onion
dish on your Thanksgiving table.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely, absolutely. Winter squash, 2 leeks, white parts only, contains all sorts of vitamin and nutrients. We want to go ahead and add a little pepper again and a little bit of salt. And we want to just go ahead and soften those vegetables just for a minute or two.
You don't want to brown them.
Absolutely not. And once they're cooked like this, we go ahead and add the juice of 1 lemon. And we want to go ahead and add a half a cup of wine.
Now, you've added salt twice. Now, as a cardiologist, is salt maybe or something we should be really, really concerned about? We have to have a certain amount, right?
We do. And as I was saying earlier, if we want to cut down on our salt, a study out of the Mayo Clinic, which actually came from the U.S. government as well, showed that over 70% of the salt we get is from preserved food, additive food. So when you're buying those quick fix things, it's loaded with salt, as are energy drinks, sodas, all that sort of stuff. A little salt, only 5 to 6% when we add and taste it to perfection.
Good.
Like we got here. In the kitchen.
Big difference.
Hey, if it doesn't come from a box, chances are you won't get the salt content.
That is absolutely right. And we definitely don't want to cook from a box here. So we're going to go ahead and add our butternut squash back.
Okay, looks delicious.
And then we're going to add...
keep mixing or
You
no?
got to keep mixing.
Okay.
Yeah, you're working here for her birthday.
That's all right.
That's right.
And we're going to add 2 quarts of chicken stock. Now, whenever you can, whenever possible, I like to use homemade chicken stock. It elevates the dish to that next level that we're always looking for. Plus, whenever we cook with our own stock, we can control what we add to it.
That's true. You're very ambitious.
And what we don't, which is sodium, salt, preservatives, and additives.
Okay. Well, I do buy the chicken stock, but I do get the lower sodium kind.
Definitely want, and you want to cut, if you're talking about cutting back on sodium, stock is, making homemade stock is a great way to do it.
That's a better idea.
Better idea. It's easy, it freezes well, and there's an instructional video on the website that they can get through
And we will link you
This
to
looks
that.
good just the way it is.
Yeah, I can eat that.
Oh, it's going to get better. It's going to get better. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and bring this up to a boil, and once it's done that, we're going to put it on the simmer for 45 minutes, and we're going to accentuate the sweetness of that with a little bit of honey and a tablespoon of maple syrup, and then in small batches in a blender or food processor with this immersion blender, we're going to go ahead and blend it up.
Lovely.
And then
the end result
is this, one of the great things about this is that when we blend it up, it has this wonderful velvety smooth texture without the addition of stuff like heavy cream.
That's great.
And so here's how I like to plate it up.
Look at that.
Oh, definitely put that on the menu for Thanksgiving. That's gorgeous.
This is actually a 4-ounce serving, so it's only 50 calories.
Seriously?
And I like to echo the flavor somewhere with a little roasted tomato.
You are good.
You have to put a little little
like
something,
that.
something on top. Huh?
Yeah,
That's
and then
a
we're gonna
talented
do,
doctor, I'll tell you.
and then this is again an Echo Summer with a tarragon.
When do you have find time to operate?
Oh, well,
He's
this
operating now.
Yes.
Thank you.
From the OR to the kitchen, and a little bit of my other favorite, roasted corn.
Michael
There you go.
Fenster, good job.
Yes.
Thank you.
You can get this recipe by going to daytimeonline.tv. Doctor, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Pleasure.
Good to have you here.
Stat.
Yes, stat.
Happy birthday.
Thank
Celebration.
Still ahead on Daytime. We have a party coming up just in time for her birthday.
Yeah, we've got candy. Chic Sweets brings the goodies to you, so don't go anywhere.